Hello and welcome to the PaDIL training videos. My name's Ken Walker, and this video we're going to look at registration, whether to register or not to register, and what benefits do you get if you register. One of the new attributes of PaDIL is that we've now introduced a social networking into it through what's called a dashboard. And to get a dashboard you need to register on PaDIL so that we know who you are, and that we recognise when you come back in that all of your personal details, which we can't see, are provided back to you. We'll look at the dashboard after we see what registration involves. So to register, you simply click on this top button at the big top right hand side and fill this form out here. So first name is Ken Walker, pop into there. Into here, the organisation is Museum Victoria. My position is Senior Curator. Oops, sorry. Down here, my email is kwalker, and it should pop up. There we are. Pop it into there, and then give yourself a username. It can be Ken, can be whatever you like. If it's not unique, the computer will tell you to choose something different. If your email is already registered, it will tell you that it's already been there, and then you put in a password twice, and the password must contain a minimum of 8 characters. Once you've done that, click on register, and when you register, having registered, you then log in. So let's go to the login process and see what happens when you log in. It will take you to your dashboard and open up a range of additional functionality down here. Okay, so let's open it up. So I'm logging in now. Now watch this little area up here next to Bowerbird. It will come up with a dashboard. And here's your personal dashboard. I'll display the entire contents initially just to see what it's like. We have an inbox, we have a search history, we have a latest comparisons, library updates, and identification inquiries. Notice down here also at the bottom, here's my dashboard account, and I can go to the home, I can manage a wide range, edit my details, and change my password. And if you've forgotten your password, by the way, too, when you go to log in, you can ask, say, I've forgotten, and PaDIL will send you an email setting a new password for you. So that's what it's like there. Now, the inbox is when you make identification queries, and here's where we have an internal communication. Alerts will be sent to your email, but all of the information and all the traffic stays within here. So let's just open up one for an example. Here's an identification query that I put in as a test example, and each identification query becomes a case history. And here's the type of information I was able to put in. I said I was over in New Zealand, and it gives me the exact spot where I was, and I can put my mouse on it and it will give me the identification or the actual locality information. Over here on the left is information as to what my initial inquiry was. I'm able to embed images into the inquiry. I'm also able to embed video, but importantly, down here, when we make an inquiry, it goes to a triage officer. And then here is all of the traffic, all the to's and fro's between the triage officer and the person who put the identification request in, and other people who may have been asked to come in. So what we're saying is that all of that traffic is added to the case history that has been created when you first made the inquiry at the very top. There's a case number that it opens up there, and it will not be closed until the triage officer says that everything has been finalized. So that's the kind of communication we have there on your dashboard. Over here, the search history. This is a very useful one. As I said, this is where I've made these queries at these times and on these days, on these libraries, and these were the number of records that came back to the inquiry. I can manage it by removing any along here, but to get back to any inquiry that I made previously, whether it be 2 minutes ago or several days ago, I just simply have to click on that and it will remake my query for me in the history. The history is also displayed elsewhere, and I'll show you those in a later video. Comparisons is a very useful product. This is where you have made a number of inquiries, and I'll show you later how to make a comparative image table. But if you think that the time you've taken to provide a comparative image table with 133 species across 8 characters, so imagine that size matrix, and then you say, well, I don't want to have to make that every time I want to look at the scolotines. You can go across and you can save it into your personal dashboard. So these are like little templates that you will make up here. And all you have to do is just click on them. So let's just, for example, do the Vic butterflies. It's got 7 species and 6 characters. And this was something that I made some time ago. And it's now going to rebuild, make the same queries that I made previously. Take out the same species and then select what characters I want, and it will make me then rebuild this table for me as the comparative image table for some Victorian butterflies. Now I made that quite some time ago, and I simply saved it, this little button up here, I saved it to my own personal dashboard, and then I can make use of it whenever I like. Okay, so there's some nice examples or nice reasons why you should keep. Now I can go back to my dashboard just by clicking on here and back to the various functionality that we've offered there. So you see we've got species updates. This is where if you're an author, you're able to look at the various updates. You can see I've done 3,892. There's my identification inquiries, which relates back to, remember I opened up the 10061, so that's the inquiries I made, and in my inbox are the answers that I've been getting. And then over the side here you can display all. So having a dashboard is a very useful feature that you can save information, both communication on inquiry, communication on what history of queries you made. You can save your results into here. If you're an author, it'll give you nice and quick edit facilities back to that species. And then here are the inquiries you made. Plus, as I said, down the bottom, there's a wide range of management that you can do with these with the dashboard. So registration hopefully is not something frightening to you. It's something that you register and you have all the benefits of the social networking aspects of your own personal dashboard. Thank you, and we'll continue with more in the series.